Welcome to Gaming with the McFive Circus. I'm Helmet Guy, and today I'm going to play some Sackboy, a big adventure. And as always guys, if you enjoy my walkthrough, make sure you subscribe and turn on your bell notification. Sackboy is an incredible game for everyone, so you can have fun with your friends and family, or you can enjoy a solo adventure. Today I'm riding solo. Let's check out this intro.
Let me tell you about a very special place. It's called the Imagisphere, and it's made up of all the creative thoughts and ideas anyone has ever had. Yes, that's right, even yours. And they all come together to make a planet we call Craft World.
Alright guys, I just wanted to pause it for a second and just mention that immediately these graphics look amazing.
Oh, it's such a peaceful and friendly place. Our story starts in the village of Loom, home to the Sackfolk, Craft World's gentlest, most enterprising creatures. Home, in fact, to the one they call Sackboy. And he's about to have a very strange day.
I think we just found the villain.
I do love a warm welcome. That look of pure terror. Oh, it's given me a tingly feeling. But don't tell me you don't recognize your own pal Vex. You know, bringer of nightmares, master of the uproar. Life of the party. I'm here with a very exciting opportunity. No, really, you're gonna love it. I call it the Topsy-Turver. It's going to bring fun, excitement, terror, the good stuff. I already have the plans. I'm just missing some materials and the jolly volunteers who can put it together. So what do you say? Ready to make history? Of course you are. Well, you're just adorable. That's why I saved you for last.
Oh man, I'm getting nervous. I hope Sackboy gets away. Really not looking good right now.
The uproar is coming. You can't stop it. Craft World will be mine.
Sweet. Looks like Sackboy got away so we could get this adventure started. So keep in mind, while I'm recording this walkthrough, I'm going to miss some features along the way. But I'm going to do my best to note where those are, and I'll just circle back to them after I make a first pass through each level. Here we go. First level is a big adventure. I'm going to pause here real quick to run through these intro screens that start at every level. On the right, we have a score goal, and on the left, we have level goals. These are really important to keep in mind as you're trying to beat the levels fully. I'll talk more about them as the game plays on. Alright, so those level goals, there was a gift box, and then there was also an ace. So the gift box indicates there are prizes on the board that you're playing, and they need to be collected. So each one you collect goes towards completing that goal. The ace indicates you're able to beat the level without dying. And then the points on the right is really just the points that you're trying to collect, whether it's through defeating an enemy or by collecting these orbs. So as I'm playing the first level or so, you'll notice that I'm really just trying to learn the buttons and the basic controls that we'll be using. So I'm starting to notice as I start playing that square swats or hits, X jumps, and then as I play on later, learn that R2 is important for grabbing and picking up items, and L2 zooms in on your character. So it's pretty clear that the game wants you to go right here, but as always, just make sure you're checking out the full level to see if there's anything hidden, any hidden gems, or anything you're trying to collect. Alright, here we go. We've located our first costume piece. Now, if you don't take that little bit of extra time to explore, you're going to miss some of these features and some of the collectibles. Now, this costume piece is part of that gift goal that you had at the beginning of the level. Yep, I just punched the wall because I don't want to miss anything. And as I'm exploring here, I learned that L2 zooms in on your character. Now, as you see boxes, it's great to break them so that you can get some extra points, but just double check to make sure there's nothing else going on where you might actually need that box as a jumping off point, especially in solo play. Alright, so we keep seeing these little pods on the ground with Sackboy's head on it. These little pods on the ground, they're level progress spots. If you die, this is where you're going to be brought back to life. Alright, here's another opportunity for us to explore. As we go up, we could go left or we could go right, but we did just lift an elevator, so I wanted to see if there was anything underneath of it. Alright, now here's one of those times where you don't want to break the boxes, because if you had broke those boxes and you're on solo play, you would not have been able to jump up here on that pink box and grab your emote. Now that emote is part of the level goal of the gift box. So as I pop this screw out, you're going to notice bells pop out of it. Now we're going to learn more about these after we're done with the level. So yeah, this guy was a little confusing to me at first, but he keeps pointing inside of him, so I'm just going to jump on inside and see what happens. Here we go. So you'll see on the ground there that there's an acorn. So when you see these acorns, you're going to want to pick them up and toss them into the flower pot. We're going to use R2 to pick it up and then release to let it go in. And once the flower appears, we are rewarded with some more bells. As I'm playing up here with the acorn and collecting some bells, make sure you look down to the bottom right of the screen underneath the garden sign. And this is where we find another costume piece, which also helps us with our level goal of the gift box. So here right now I'm just trying to make sure that I see acorns, I see flower pots, I just want to make sure that I'm collecting my bells. Still don't know what I'm using them for, but it's just nice to get them because I know they're there, and we'll learn from there. So we got some basic enemies coming up here. Your option how you want to defeat them. You can either swat them or you can jump on their heads. So this is a fun feature of Sackboy. When you see yellow sponge, you're able to jump and hold on to it with R2. So right now this level is just teaching you how to use R2 and it's teaching you some of the basics. You can also use R2 to pull out sponge areas when you see them. You're going to use this control extensively in this game. So you'll see next to the llama it looks like there's a button, so I'm trying to figure out how to push it down, but there's nothing there to push down. So there we go, I did the dive with jump and then triangle, still no results. So here you go, you'll see another sponge here where you can grab on with R2 and then pull back with your control stick, and then you'll get some bells out of there. Okay, so I'm going to make a mistake here. I'm going to walk up to this acorn, I'm going to pick it up with R2, and then I'm going to release it and accidentally toss it over the edge. So it should have been used on the flower pot that we saw not too long ago. I went back, I replayed the level, and all I got out of there was some bells, so I'm not going to post that here. And here we go, over the edge. Slick move, helmet guy. So this orb up top is really nice. It just gives us some extra points, and it also leads us to the end of the level. So here I am, I'm just heading back to see if I missed anything in the level, so that you don't have to. We've already covered everything. And no, the acorn did not come back, so I was not able to get that flower pot and the bells this time around. So here we go. Looks like we're at the end of the level. But before that happens, we're going to have an interlude here where Scarlet is going to introduce us to Dreamer Orbs and how they're key to stopping Vex.
Jam-packed with pure creative energy straight from the Imagisphere. But you'll need more of them if you're going to make it up there. You are here to stop Vex, aren't you? Yes, yes, yes. But first, you need to know about the dark, foul energy of nightmares we call the Uproar. Vex is planning to fill the whole of Craftworld with it. For now, he's using it to block the way to the top of the mountain so no one can interrupt him. Luckily, there is one thing that can counter that nasty stuff, and you're holding it. The energy of pure wonder and creativity inside it will dispel Vex's barriers wherever you find them. So, seek out these orbs. They are the key to your journey, the key to your destiny, the key to well, you get the idea. Next time we meet, I'll reveal great cosmic secrets. Maybe tell you a bit about myself, like my name, which is Scarlet, by the way, and more importantly, the truth about your very existence.
Sweet, now we know what we're looking for. And now that we have our first Dreamer Orb, we're able to finish the level. And here we're just going to see if we completed every goal in the level and if we get the gold trophy. And when we're successful here, we got a new costume piece. After each level is finished, you get to take a picture. You can pose for your picture by using the arrow keys. And then you'll be brought to the screen that shows you which level goals you've completed. With this level completed, we return to the world map. Once we're on the world map, we're given a path to the next level. But first, we have to unlock the bridge. This requires one orb. And now that the bridge is unlocked, we get to go to that circus tent. Love the music. Alright, so we jump in the tent and we meet Zoom Zoom. Zoom Zoom allows us to buy some outfits.
Clothes? Buy fabulous new outfits? Huh? Ooh la la! You have come to the right place for it. Spend collectibles to purchase
And as payment, he accepts collectibles.
styles.
This is what I previously
Create
referred to as
incredible
bells
new
during the
looks
level.
in your wardrobe, where you will find all your fantastical fashions. Mwah! Oh, and here, I give you some free collectibles.
And what do you
just
know?
for
Zoom Zoom's super
to
generous. He just gives us free
spend here
collectibles.
at Zoom Zooms.
Alright, let's take a look around. We'll look at the outfits and the accessories, and then we're just going to buy one. Alright, I really like this yak. Alright, I've sped things up a little while we look around, but feel free to pause it if there's something you like.
You need the new outfit? Zoom Zoom has everything!
Alright, after looking around, we're taking this yak. You can also view your collection piece progress while you're in here. And here we are. Our next level is Cold Feet. So you'll see here we have the same level goals with the gift box and the ace, but we also have to collect 5 Dreamer Orbs shown underneath Cold Feet. And like I said before, as I'm doing this walkthrough, I'm going to miss some things the first time through, but I'll go back through the level and show you where those items were so that you'll know where to find them. So off the bat with this level, I didn't follow my own advice. I started walking forward without checking behind me. So in this level, there is a Dreamer Orb at the beginning that I miss here, but I'll show you afterwards, like I said. Alright, so this first costume piece is out in plain sight. You just have to jump up and grab it. So here I am, I'm just trying to be thorough when I explore just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, as I'm walking around and as I jump up on this rope, I can see in the top left corner of my screen that there's a Dreamer Orb up there. So I'm going to try and explore how to reach that. Alright, so it's pretty simple. There's a door to walk through. So once I grab this Dreamer Orb, it shows up on my screen as the second Dreamer Orb, and that's where I thought to myself, I kind of have a problem. These orbs are probably listed in order, right? But maybe they're not. So let's go back and explore and see if I can find that first orb. As you guys already know from what I said before, I do not find that orb while I'm exploring here, but I'll show it to you later. Here we go. We're experiencing some new bad guys here, but these guys are pretty simple to just walk by. Alright, and then this bad guy's gonna roll out a tornado spin on me. Easiest thing to do is just jump on his head. So from the ground level here, it's very easy to see that there's level above us as well that we're going to have to reach. So if you're playing this level now, I would suggest grabbing that ×2 for the orbs you're about to collect, because there's a bunch of them up here. Alright, and we're coming up on Dreamer Orb number 3. Remember to explore the whole world. Over to the left here is a hidden room. And you're going to see this kind of thing in a bunch of levels. And as you enter this room, you can see Dreamer Orb number 4. Alright, let's go grab it. Surprise! You got a little bit of work to do first. To get this Dreamer Orb, we're going to have to jump on this worm's head 10 times. Now when we headed over, we went left, but we never checked out what was right. So I gotta make sure I go back and I check out what else is over here. Alright, let's lift this screw up. Sweet, another costume piece. As we approach, we see the number 5 on the ground. That indicates you got 5 enemies to knock out. Okay, so as you're going through the level, just remember to explore everything. I'm going to miss Dreamer Orb number 5 here, but I'll come back to it later and show you how to get there. I really just needed to lift that screw to unlock the door. Man, watching this now, I see all these opportunities for me to knock that screw out so I could get that Dreamer Orb. As you continue up here on the right, you're going to get a new costume piece. Here we go, we just knock out one more screw and we are able to finish this level. Cool, here we go. Finish the level, complete all your tasks, and get a costume piece. And don't forget to pose for your picture. Alright, here we are with the level summary, and you'll be able to see I missed Dreamer Orbs 1 and 5, but was able to complete every other goal. Here we are with the replay, and you can see Dreamer Orb number 1 at the beginning of the level. Let's move towards the end of the level where that pesky screw was and check out Dreamer Orb 5. For reference to the end of the level, I'll just show you where we're at. Now you can see we've got all 5 Dreamer Orbs and we completed all of our level goals. And once we're put back on the world map, we've got another sticker for our almanac. Here we go. The next level is called Up for Grabs, and you'll be able to see that the level goals are the same as last level Cold Feet were. Looks like we're being introduced to a new bad guy here. You could probably tell right off the bat there's going to be a lot of sponge in this level. If you look to the top of the screen here, you can see a sponge block that can be pulled out to explore higher ground. I'm going to come back to this later, but you could do this now. Be ready when you break boxes because you might face some bad guys, or you might get a new costume. I just love all the toilet paper in this level. Didn't see any need to use it in the game, but it was funny. So this pulley piece was glowing green, which always feels like a good thing. So make sure that you're pulling it out and you get rewarded with Dreamer Orb number 1. As I said before, it's important to explore the level as much as you can. If we didn't explore the upper portion of the level, we would have missed out of both a costume piece and a Dreamer Orb. These rockets are so much fun to set off. So here we go. This is the new bad guy that we saw in the intro clip. And what's interesting is it looks like there's some sponge on his tail. So it looks like what we're going to have to do is get up there and we're going to have to grab him with R2 and then we'll just have to pull his tail to defeat him. go, we got some more sponge, so we're going to want to hold R2 to pull that out. And as you're going through, the level flows to the right, so we're going to want to explore to the left first. Oh, fun, more rockets. Alright, so just make sure you slide straight to get Dreamer Orb number 2. And again, no big deal if you miss this, because you can always just go back and try again. At the bottom of the screen, they placed a box, and this box is actually a clue to show you that there's more level down there. And then this hidden room down here, this is going to be where we're going to find Dreamer Orb number 3. So while I'm in this room, I'm really not sure if there's any secret combination that's going to help you receive the Dreamer Orb, but I was able to get it on the second cycle. Play with some faces here. So zoom in with L2 and use the diagonal pad for different expressions. Alright, so I'm about to make a couple rookie mistakes here. First, I'm going to go through and I'm going to destroy a box that I need to get the Dreamer Orb number 4. That was rookie mistake number 1. Second mistake I made here was my solution, which wasn't much better. I thought a good idea would be to sacrifice myself, but by sacrificing yourself, you can lose out on your ace goal. And to top it off, when you respawn, the box doesn't come back. So I'll add a video at the end of the level to illustrate how to get this orb. And here I go. I'm excited to respawn, and the box is not back. So again, just make sure you just go through, finish out the level if you haven't died yet, get that ace goal completed, and then circle back to get your orb if you make the same mistake. Okay, I spent a bit more time here trying to get back to that orb, so I'm just going to fast forward a little. Okay, so here we go. There's a little divide in the road here where you can go left or right. Just make sure whichever way you go, you circle back to take both paths to make sure you don't miss anything. And perfect, when we get to the top of the rocket ride, we get some new paint. And here we're going to have a little pulley, so you're just going to hold R2 to grab and pull back. Great surprise, we got another emote. As I'm walking along here, you can clearly see that there's some level above us, so we just have to figure out how to get up there. But first, let's pull on this guy's tail, so just hold R2 and pull back. I just make sure to run all the way back to the beginning to make sure when I get up there that I didn't miss anything specific. And right when we get to the top, you can see Dreamer Orb number 5. Alright, let's just make sure we're breaking some more boxes with square because we still got some score goals to reach, so we want to make sure we collect as much as we can. Make sure when you jump here, you're holding that R2 to grab. Sweet, 4 rockets to choose from here. Really doesn't matter which one you grab. We've completed our level goals and collected another costume piece. Get ready to smile for that picture. See if you could get a good pose in with your directional keys as well. On the summary screen, you can see I missed 1 Dreamer Orb and the Ace level goal. Let's jump back in here and grab Dreamer Orb number 4. So this time I'm not going to break the box. We'll defeat the enemies first, then I'll just use that to jump up and then grab onto the spinning wheel with the R2. Now let me show you why sacrificing Sackboy that first time through and missing out on my Ace level goal was such a bad idea. Now that we have all 5 Dreamer Orbs, we'll get another sticker for our book. We're going to move on though, and I'll get that Ace goal on my own. The next thing to do, if you haven't done this already, is check out the Action Almanac. It's just going to show you all the different moves that you can do. Okay, I'm back. Level goals are now complete. Let's go check out that teapot. Inside the teapot we find Zoom Zoom, and he's letting us grab a bunch of collectibles. Good luck. Alright, we're going to make our way over to the next level, Keys to Success. We have 3 Dreamer Orbs to collect, as well as the same goals, the gift box from before, as well as the Ace. So this level is set up a little bit different to me. It's more of a free roam versus the feel of traveling in a specific direction. So as you're playing, if you went a different way than me, just remember to circle back. In order to complete this level, you must collect 5 keys. At the beginning of the level, you're being taught to pick up an object with R2 and throw it at the target. You're going to do that a bunch in this level. These new bad guys in purple, you can defeat them by either punching them twice or by jumping on their heads. On the ground, you'll see a net-like object that tries to trap you inside, kind of like a Venus flytrap. When you step on it, these become objects that you can throw. We just passed key 1, but we're going to come back, and you can see key 2 at the top. First thing we're going to grab at the bottom of the screen here is our first Dreamer Orb. When we continue to the left over here, you're going to find Dreamer Orb number 2. Behind this wall you see key number 1 for me. I'm going to pick up this object and throw it into the target. Okay, so here we have to pick up an object with R2, and as you're holding it, you have to jump and throw it to the other side so that you can get a little spring up. Boom. This brings us to our hidden door for the level. Inside we have a bunch of bad guys to defeat, so we can just jump on their heads with X, or we'll be able to punch them a couple times. After you defeat them, you'll see that you got a couple yellow walls here which you're able to break. Inside the walls, another couple bad guys. Take them out. And if you need to know how many guys are left in the level, just look at the top of the screen. Once you defeat all the bad guys, Dreamer Orb number 3 is available. We've come up to another key and some nets on the wall. So what we have to do is use these objects to reach the target to bring down that key. As we keep walking, hot air balloons come up. One has a target on it. Let's throw an object at it with R2. This gives us key number 3. And down bottom here on the right, we see a new costume. We've come full circle back to the beginning and I'm ready to pick up that key. That's number 4 for me. And the last key for me is right over here on the left, and we'll just jump up and grab that. Though I'm missing an object to get my gift goal, it's right here on the wall behind that net. I'm going to have to come back and show you guys how to knock that out. Since there's no real action here and I'm not collecting anything else, I'm just going to get to the end of the level, show you the level scores, and then come back in and get that last gift object. But as you can see here, I'm really lost for what I'm looking for. Okay, I got my 5 keys in the door, ready to go on and see what's next. Really, we're just going to take a slide here to the end of the level, and then we're going to see if we've beaten our level goals, and if not, just come back to finish them off. So we're going to get a quick interlude here where we learn a bit more about Scarlet and the plan for us.
This is a knitted knight. Oh, don't tell me you've never heard about the knitted knights of the Imagisphere. The sworn protectors of Craftworld? Well, it's a knitted knight's duty to defend this world from threats like Vex. A vile creature born of nightmares and dread, with the power of the uproar at his command, corrupting everything it touches. Craftworld needs a new protector, a sack person of true potential, someone like you. Well, not just you. See, the Imagisphere is a vast place. There are countless other craft worlds out there, even countless knitted knights in waiting. And you have the power to call on their help if you want it. Think of them as friends who look just like you. But all that really matters is that you stop Vex. He can't be allowed to collect all the things he needs to finish his topsy-turver. And it starts by facing him at the top of this very mountain. So you better get going.
Great. Level results show we're still missing a gift there. So we're going to go back in and I'll show you where it's at. Remember I was telling you about the wall with the nets on it? Here we go. Let's take those out real quick and find our last object. First wall, not so good. Gives us a bad guy. So let's check the other wall. And here we go, this wall pushed out our final costume piece. Great. Back on the world map, we're going to head to the next level. Ready, Yeti, go. On this level, you can see we have the 5 Dreamer Orbs to collect, but there's a new level goal that kind of looks like a Rubik's Cube to me. So this is going to be the final level in my first walkthrough tutorial of Sackboy. If you've enjoyed this, please make sure to subscribe and to turn on your bell notification. At the beginning of this level, we're introduced to a new move. If you click circle real quick, you can do a barrel roll. The barrel roll is going to be key in this level to break through some of those mini doors that you see at the top of the screen. Be on the lookout in this level for mini doors like the one you see on the left here. This brought us to some collectibles, but you might find something else. Just standing on the bottom level here, you can see a Dreamer Orb above us, so we just have to figure out how to get up there. Once you enter the rolling ball, just make sure to explore. Over to the right, we're going to find a costume piece. Next, you're going to have to exit the rolling ball with L1, and then you're going to have to go through that little door on the left. And remember, to barrel roll, simultaneously click the circle button. Now you just have to line up that tightrope and walk over the Dreamer Orb number 1. Okay, doesn't look like much is going on, but watch out above. As we're coming up on the next area, there's 2 tight ropes. One of them's going to have a gift box and the other's going to have a Dreamer Orb. Make sure you collect both. I'll get the Dreamer Orb first. And here's a costume piece. Here we go. So there's clearly a level above me when I go through this door, and I'm not paying too much attention, so I didn't realize that that box that I'm trying to jump up right now, you just gotta break it and then see what happens from there. So we'll take that later, but that's where you're gonna find Dreamer Orb number 3. Up here we see a prize wheel, so to speak, spinning through, cycling through gifts. Be careful where you hit. You can either get a bomb or you could actually get the gift you're searching for. So we'll come back and I'll show you what I do later to get this, but for now, you can try and get it on your own or you can just watch later. There's some tight ropes at the bottom. Make sure you take them just to fully explore, but really all you're doing here is collect bells. As you're coming up to the next progress location, make sure you fully go to the right. Here you're going to find a door that'll take you to your next Dreamer Orb. Okay, so I noticed that I just collected Dreamer Orb number 4. I try and circle back a little bit, but ultimately we're going to have to come back to get Dreamer Orb number 3. Alright, let's just hop in our ball and roll on. The ball is great for protection here, but I really just don't see anything for us to collect, so we really just gotta go through those doors. Okay, so we're dropped off here, and we're in a race with the Abominable Snowman. I don't have to tell you, run. As you're racing through the level, you see that glowing box. Grab that Dreamer Orb. It's your call here, but I wouldn't get myself too slowed down to collect all these points. As we get to the finish line here, we see that Rubik's Cube looking item at the top. Maybe I should have worried more about that collection score. Yeah, so my Sackboy's really not happy with this picture, huh? Really not a bad start here. We got 4 of the Dreamer Orbs and got one of our goals done. This time around, I'm going to break this box. I'm going to barrel roll up to the hidden room, and here's where we're going to find Dreamer Orb 3. Now, to receive this Dreamer Orb, we have to pick up each hot pepper with R2 and throw it in his mouth. Next, let's return a little bit further in the level where I had exploded before, and you can see as it turns that there's a gift box. There's where we can collect our next emote. Let's take one last look at our level summary. We now have the 5 Dreamer Orbs, and all level goals are complete. For a final step here, we're going to collect the sticker for our book. And that's going to be the end of our first walkthrough. Thank you so much for following along. If you enjoyed this walkthrough, make sure you subscribe and look out for more Sackboy.